Welcome to TECHSIGNAL Total Training Classes. This is David Perales, President and Chairman of Foundation Cycles. This is running late today, but I'm still going to do what I intended to do, which is to show TECHSIGNAL 10. Basically, I talked to my programmer, and the mess up last week was because we were not running the new install as administrator. So let me show you how this works, okay? Let me share my screen. You'll see the recording. I watch the recordings anyway. Okay. Let's now do what I wanted to do last week, TECHSIGNAL 10. I already illustrated TECHSIGNAL 9, which is a single run here. Same run exactly as you run in TECHSIGNAL 9. For a batch process, however, if you want to compare an industry or sector or list of stocks you have with symbols, that's what the TECHSIGNAL 10 is for. So let's look at a batch process with TECHSIGNAL 10. And we're going to load the Yahoo tickers, which are part of the program. These are all Yahoo tickers globally. We'll load this. And for this illustration, we will select stocks. And we'll select the United States. And we'll select a category I did last time of air delivery and freight companies. And we'll stick to the New York Stock Exchange, which is NYQ. So we'll tell the program to load all the NYQ, New York Stock Exchange, air delivery, and freight companies. So it processes a load by clicking load. Here we go. And we'll be able to see momentarily by hovering over the progress. We have selected 4 symbols: FedEx, Roadrunner, UPS, XPO Logistics. Okay, so in this case, we're going to simply start the analysis by selecting both formats, Excel and CSV for outputs. This is something I do by habit. We're going to auto-sync our cycle to find the best buy-sell cycle across all assets. This will not give us a selection like TECHSIGNAL 9 yet. That will come later in the program. In the new program, I'll have different formats for this type of thing. But this function of TECHSIGNAL 10 is strictly a batch processor to find the best buy-sell, the best sell, the best win, and best buy percent across all assets being scanned. Okay, it's a scanner also. So now we're going to go back to, as I said last time, 2017, 04. We'll go to basically 0401. You'll notice here there's no selection of data points because it's going to start all the cycles at the same date, so they're all phased together. But it will auto-sync the cycles before it begins the output. So everything's set to go. And let's go ahead and click Begin Analysis. 4 cycles selected, 4 tickers selected, yes, continue. We're going to put this in our desktop here. You can make your own folders wherever you want. I'm going to call this TS10 test. And as a matter of practice, I simply highlight, copy, because it's going to ask me what I want to name my sheet, my spreadsheet output. So I'm going to go ahead and say OK and name it TS10 test. And we're going to let the program do its thing. Okay. Now what's happening now is it's going out to the Yahoo data server, which is our data server for Yahoo data. And it's basically, oh, I can't click here yet. If you ever get that, it just means you can't click in one part of the program and something else is busy. Here we go. Now it's going to ask me what type of data I want to do. We can actually do intraday batch processing with this program. But for the purpose of this one illustration, let's click daily. We're going to tell it to get Yahoo data daily. And now the program will go out and start downloading. You can see by hovering over here, the data. Let's download the data from April 17. And we're now beginning the run. Okay, if we want to see the graph, we just click graph here. It's done the run on FedEx. It's auto-syncing the cycles on buy sell. You can watch the progress here if you'd like to show. It will select the top buy sell cycle and report in the summary sheet. This won't take too long. So nicely it's syncing up. There we go. Not too bad. Okay. Let's give it a couple minutes to finish. Composite's looking pretty good. There we go. So it's finished with FedEx. We'll move now to the next asset after it outputs its report. It's exporting the profit file. You can track your progress by hovering over this little button over here on the right, progress button. Now we'll move to the next asset. So you just see we're now the next asset, which is, of course, Roadrunner. You can watch your progress. If you want to just watch your progress, you just click here. The box will stay static. You can move your mouse. Also, you can minimize the screen and go on doing other things. Sometimes I like to watch the composites working. So it's working RRTS right now, auto-syncing all the cycles. Of course, depending on the length of the cycles you choose, which is choosable here, beginning and ending cycle. In this case, it was, it's already read out, but you can choose your start ending cycle. But depending on that, it will take a while to run this. I mean, this is something you can set and forget until it's finished. Also, we have a routine once it's run a couple to tell you how many hours it would take to complete. The program will allow a user to run simultaneous analyses on up to 100 assets at a time, with a maximum at the present time in TECHSIGNAL 10 of 500 per month. Of course, that will be increased with the new TECHSIGNAL. I don't know exactly the statistics yet. We have to think about the memory of the computers and so forth, storage space, but that will also be something that would be a function of the final TECHSIGNAL batch process. So now we're exporting a Roadrunner transportation. Moving on, completed to the UPS. So take a look at UPS. If we want to take a look at the graph, we simply click here to close this progress box. You see it's performing calculations, auto syncing. Here comes UPS. Looking pretty good. Look here, continue watching it. So look at the cycle. It's doing its calculations on the profit. Final asset XPO. And the composite's looking pretty nice. Keep an eye on that. Syncing up good. Remember now we're auto syncing for buy sell. I typically want to sync for best buy sell and then look at the top winning cycles in the output. That's just my preference, but you can use it any way you like. You can auto sync on the top win percent. We're in a bull market still, so you may want to auto sync on the best buy percent as the bull market runs out here. You may want to look ahead and take a look at the top performing sell cycles during the bull phase. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay. Now it's going to finish up reporting. We'll have a little pop-up box here. It's completely finished. All things work right. Oops, you can't do that because it's busy. There we go. So we have a pop-up box that says it's finished the complete process on these 4 assets. Click OK to open the export path or cancel to close. So if I click OK, it brings up the folder that I selected in the beginning of the run. It tells me that out of the 4, there were 4 done, because sometimes you may load 50, 60, 80 stocks. There's not enough price data, things like that happen. Yahoo's delisted or whatever, and it'll tell you exactly how much it's done out of the numbers you selected. So let's open this up, see what we got. Remember, we started this run beginning in 2017. So open this up. Here we go. This is the export, and it's a report. Like I said, it tells us what happened with these 4 assets. The average best buy-sell cycle was 36.62 with a 18.31 days per trade. You see the cycle lengths do vary. You know, FedEx had a longer cycle length. It's now currently in a sell, which started at 9.6. We just went into a buy on the top buy-sell cycle in XPO. Rotor and Transportation Systems, a 35.8 is now in a buy as of 9/13. So the next turns are here. We did a normal scan length from 12 to 60 cycles. The average buy and hold was pretty good. I mean, remember, we're in the bull market, 27% since April. That's because of the bull market. That's pretty good. People are gurus. They don't need cycles, but they could have made 10 times as much buying and selling cycle turns is the idea here. And if you're on the buy side only, just strictly bullish, you would turn that 27 into 99%. And even on the sell side, nailed them pretty good, you would have made 109. An average percent win is 77%. Again, FedEx had the highest win percent of 83%. Okay. It tells you what the cycle is, tells you what significance is, what phase they selected. All right, and then the side of the spreadsheet is the number of trades, wins, and whether they're done or skipped or whatever. So this is a very helpful reporting as a pre-scan in certain sectors. Like if you're interested, you're bullish on, say, on financials or whatever, you can run the sector, run the entire sector, for example. All right, we'll look more at that later. But this gives a nice reporting. It does give the entry date if we're in a buy or sell, and next exit date. Now, let's say we want to take a look at this potential trade here for FedEx. That's what this other folder is for. All of the assets have their own output folder here in the CSV or XLS. Now, CSV is for people that don't have Excel, and Excel is for everybody else that has Excel or something like it. It outputs the cycles. It also outputs the report. So here, let's take a look at our turns file report on FedEx. There we go. Here's our turns file report on FedEx. 12 trades, 10 wins, 83% win rate since April of 2017. Here's the record, cumulative profits. The buy hold percentage would have been 30.44% to present, whereas as it reported, the buy sell of cycle turns would have produced 94.5% per the program. Okay, and also then of course lists the coming up turns. The next turn will be a buy on 10/17 and so forth. So you can see the entire report here for the buys, the sells, the buy sells, and there they are. So the object of this sheet is if you actually are trading these, you can put in your numbers here on the closing dates of each of these turns. The sheet will automatically update here. So as you put new numbers in here, it will change because the formulas are still in the sheet. That's why I left it like that for everybody, okay? So that's how TECHSIGNAL 10 was designed to work. It's a very powerful program once you understand what you have at your disposal. So as far as the cycles go, this is actually an output of the 58.8 cycle. In case someone wants to use a program like Excel to graph it. This is the date in the cycle, so you can actually just put this into your own graphics program analysis package. You can create a graph of the cycle independent of TECHSIGNAL. The data is all here. And there it is. There's our 58.8 with the dates. You can save for your future use. Pretty cool, huh? All right. I hope you enjoyed the class. Sorry I was late for everybody live. But I had something I absolutely had to take care of. I could not avoid that tonight. So we still have the class, and I'll see everybody in 20 minutes at Cycles for Dummies. So thank you for being here, and stay tuned. See you soon. Best trades. Bye now.